G'day everybody and welcome back. Well, this video we've got a gear to cut. We've got a 35 tooth gear 1.25 module for the lathe. So this will let us cut a 1.75 pitch thread. Now this all come about during the video I done on the servicing of the lathe. I mentioned in that video that I couldn't cut that thread, which it's a bit of a bummer really, because I've needed to do that a couple of times and ended up having to use a die. A fella by the name of John, who I'd met in Melbourne at the manufacturing week, contacted me and he done all the math behind it and worked out what gear I need. Then I contacted Max over in Perth and he worked out what module the gears are. So we're going to cut a couple of, I'll cut a 35 tooth gear, and that will allow me to do that thread on this lathe. So the lathe does come with a 32 tooth and a 30 tooth change gear, and there's a couple of 40 teeth in there as well, but no 35. We'll get this done and see if it works. I did order it cheap, and well, one of the cheapest ones I could find on eBay, gear cutter, fresh off the shores of China. So I just hope it's right, hope it doesn't blow to bits and I don't destroy it. Because if this works, then off camera I'll make a couple of extras. I'll give one to Trevor and give one to Max for his lathe. So I've been on the internet and downloaded a gear calculator, or used a gear calculator on the net. You put in how many teeth you want, the module, your pressure angle, and it tells you all the information you need for your outer diameter, your gear blank, your tooth depth that you cut to. It's all there on the net. That was the easy part. Yeah, John done the hard part, working out what I need. So thanks very much, John. Truly appreciate it, mate. I'll get set up and cut a gear blank and see if this works. Okay, the gear blanks are 10mm wide. Well, the gears are 10mm wide, 18mm bore with a 5mm key. Not sure how I'll do the key yet, but work that out later. It's got to be 46.25mm diameter. All things being good, should be right on the money. 46.25. Doesn't look real good, but it actually feels smooth as. Oh, 17.99. That's got to be close to 18. 18.01. That's good. Chamfer this edge now, part it off, and then face it off. Do all the normal stuff. Okay, I part that off to about 10.5mm long. Okay, I've just chamfered that edge the same as I did on the other side, but what I'll do off camera is make up a quick arbor to hold this blank in the rotary table. I machined up a quick arbor and another gear blank. I may as well do two at once. Just a nice thick washer. And cut them both at once and end up with two gears. Half that distance, and that should put us on centre. Okay, so this is a chart that I printed out when I very first got the rotary table. It's just a one-off line. It does 6-inch and 8-inch rotary tables. So 35 teeth. I can either use A plate or B plate. I've gone with the A, and 28 holes, and it's 2 full turns and 16 of 28 holes. So I've set the sectors. I'm just going to double check myself because my track record of doing this is pretty crap. Okay, so we're up, the sectors are set right. Okay, so that's touched off. Just put the mark on it. Okay, I was just about to start cutting that gear, and I heard the postie stop out the front, so that I'll go out and get the bills. Bugging me dead. There's a viewer gift. I'm not going to say the name of the chap who sent this, but mate, I'm blown away. Yeah, sorry, the phone rang. This is absolutely beautiful. 30mm of travel. This is beautiful. Thank you very, very much. This is going straight on the Naga arm. Fitted up on the Naga arm. What a perfect setup. No more playing around with Imperial, I guess. She's all metric from here on. According to our spec sheet, the depth of the tooth, hole depth, is 2.8125. Seemed to handle that quite fine. That was on auto feed, 3/4 of an inch a minute. I just keep continuing on. I've done one full round. I'll index again and hopefully we should line up just nice. I bloody hope so anyway. In theory we should be able to do a pass through there and not cut anything. that a win. That is absolutely bloody brilliant. I didn't make a mistake. I'll take them off and see what they look like. They look pretty good. This one here needs deburring on that edge. Apart from that, it's pretty good. So them two gears turned out absolutely perfect. I'm pretty stoked. I have ordered a 5mm broach, very cheap one off eBay. So I just got to wait for that to arrive, and once that's here, then I can broach. I've got to make up a jigger for the guts to run the broach in. Once that arrives, then I can broach it and then try it on the lathe. But I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so let's jump ahead about 4 or 5 days. I ordered a cheap keyway broach off eBay. It was $40, I believe, 5mm broach. So I've gone ahead and turned up a guide bush, 18mm diameter, and from the rough measuring and what I can work out, I've got to go down roughly about 8.5mm from this face here. This is about 6.5mm, so I've got a 1/4 inch cutter, and I just have to open up each side. Once I get down to depth, I can measure it and work it out from there. That's slot is done. It's just below there. So I hope I've gone deep enough. You know, we'll find out. That'll either end up in 2 pieces or we have a win. Lighting's not all the best over in this corner, but you just have to put up with that, and probably going to get a bit wobbly. Just going to take me time. What worries me is it's only a cheap keyway broach that I just can't afford for it to break. Because today is Wednesday. I've still got to edit the video and have it out by 6 o'clock tomorrow night. It's got nice curls on it. I'll put the shim in there and go again. I'll tell you what, one day I am going to replace this ram, this porta power, with a decent ram. It's like a wet week. It gives me the shits. I have thought about making my own ram. They look alright. I'm going to go and compare them to the other original gears, and I reckon that may be close enough. I've just made up a quick, that's all I have is a bit of thin copper. So I'm hoping that that's going to do. Anyway, I'll get this done and I'll bring you guys back when this is finished. I'm only going to run it back through once more. Okay, I've just run that back through again. That's the finished article. So that should fit on the lathe just nice. Pretty happy. Okay, so we're at the gear train. It's this top gear that gets changed. This goes from a 40 tooth back to the 35 tooth gear there, and I believe you have it in the metric setup, so the 127 tooth to the 120 gear down to a 40 tooth here. Just put this new gear on, bloody perfect. Probably a touch deep in the keyway, but hey, I don't care about that, it fits. Okay, the gear's all set up. It's running pretty quiet, eh? Got to be happy with that. I'll put a bit of lube on there now. Okay, a couple of hours have passed by. I set the gearbox so the lead screw is running 1:1, which is 8 TPI thread. I set it so it was running through the 127 to the 120 tooth gear, back to a 40 tooth gear, and it was a real coarse. Swapped it over so it was only running on the 127, so 35, 127 to 40 gear, 1:1 on the lead screw, still a coarse thread. So I fiddled around with it for an hour or so. That's a 1.75 pitch thread. 1.75 pitch, if you can read that. There it is there. So, gearbox on an Al960B with a 35 tooth gear on the top, running to a 127, then to a 120, then to a 40 tooth gear. Your gearbox needs to be set on B6. I haven't run any file or anything over this thread, I've just put it on and just gone with it. But that there is a good thread. So I am going to cut another one on camera, just to prove that I didn't use a die or any bullshit. So I'll part this off, machine it back down to just a fraction under 12mm and cut another thread. Alright, got rid of the old thread. Everything's back into gear again. As you can see, that lines up pretty darn good to me. I don't think I should have taken that last little tiny swipe. I don't know whether I put that on camera or not, but I just took a line, a tiny little swipe. The OD when I first turned it was exactly 12mm. I did file a little bit off the crest, but we are now cutting 1.75 pitch thread. That is a little bit loose for my likings. I did go a little bit too far, but for demonstration purposes I think that's quite adequate, and I'm pretty stoked that worked out. I was getting a little bit concerned there, to be honest, until I worked the gearbox out, but yeah, it's really good result. There we go. I still haven't broached the last two gears yet. I could have got away with just using the one shim, which I'll only use the one shim on the next two gears, but I've cut one for Trevor, one for Max, and there's one spare one. That broach turned out really good. Yeah, it actually cut quite nice. Now, I had to do a fair bit of fiddling around with that gearbox to get it to cut the right thread, like to get the quick change gearbox set right. So what I've done, if you run on the gear set in the gear, like on the back of your headstock, 35 tooth to the 127, and then beside that's the 120, and then down the bottom is your 40 tooth gear on the Al960B, and you have your gearbox set to B6. So, and that will give you the 1.75 pitch thread. Took a bit of nutting out, but I got it in the end. So thank you very much, John, for all your help working out the mathematical side of it to work out what gear I need, and it works. So bloody brilliant. Anyway, I was getting a bit concerned because I thought I might have stuffed up and thought I mightn't have had a video for the week, but now I can pack this place up and clean the machines, head in for the night and jump on the computer and start editing. After I pick up my nut and bolt box that was all divided out. I pulled out the cupboard, slipped out my hand, and you know what happens then. Lucky the camera wasn't rolling because there was a little bit of foul language flying around. So that's not good. Anyway guys, appreciate just watching and hopefully you enjoyed the video. So see you next week. Hooroo.